Good evening. Welcome back for those coming back and all on replays. Hey, we hope you stay. A little late on pushing the button down the bottom there. That's my scuff for the week, I should say. Yeah. Trying to get everything else operational. I forgot to actually kick the button to basically start the stream in my normal 9-minute run-in. So it's like, ha ha ha, too bad. Oh well. Anyway, we're on time for everything else. So without that, let's just run into it and get some Dawntrail going. Yippee-doo! Yeah. So we're going to get all the side quests out of the road. So we have 5 here, or 6 here, and 4 over there. Anxious Dokhyoi. If they kill him, I need a favor. Friend of mine left to barter. He's still not back yet. Assault workers or aggressive sales tactic. Criminal. Makes a combat capable friend, but this time you had no choice but go again. I'm dreading this. You soothe them by telling them Goral Kaor to listen to words of ancient tongue. Alright. I'm sure I will be prompted appropriately. Ooh, banana pons cake. I think that's like pound cake. Turn to speak with me. Tell me more of a life as an adventurer. And help people in need. Travel far and wide, aiding others in a myriad of ways, and do so earn your keep. Who might benefit of some such? A craftsman in urgent need of particular material. Overrun with fiery fiends, and those ill-equipped to defend themselves by not. Surely even I could be of use in that regard. How would a true present themselves for potential this? Alright, we can show you how to do it. It's like, hey, we see you might have a problem there. Like, just walk up to them and ask them, hey, yeah, you want to get rid of that big yellow thing floating over your head? I mean, you look for someone who's been troubled. Hey, Cal marinated swamp monk. Mezcal and then grilled over open. That sounds quite tasty. I don't know what swamp monk is for a meat type, but an overnight marinade in something? Ooh, for traditional jerky. Yeah, that'd be good. Tulatile meat. Rock jerky. Tulili aloe. It's an ingredient. Fortuitous timing. Make the fruit in the middle of the distribution of the village. No one else can handle such deep significance. Surely as formidable, our people be honored, indeed accept this. Hand this out to the people of the town. It's like, I think someone so great as you would be handing out the fruit. Like, it's a problem. It's standard work as an adventurer. Pillow. Yes. Thanks to you, we're in state to do this, isn't it? Yes. Here's some fruit. I was told to advise the deliverer for this. All crops. Simple. This is the one we don't export. So value can never be traded for this. Belongs to us. This one particularly belongs in my belly. I can get behind that. You don't trade this. It's too important for us to trade. Meaning, must be not that many produced. Something of that nature. Oh, there you are. Guy keep like buzzing into his well water and just like, god damn it. I'll have a quest for you later. Stop making a mess of the well. Dangerously low on this. Auction. Essential. Can you go and fetch more? Fair enough. You harvest this stuff for us. Well, of course. Don't be daft. That's what we do as an adventurer. Hey, 2 more royal toasts for me. Thank you. Ah, I beg your aid in exterminating a new threat that's been the Yakoi. Shades of grief, only to reduce to a desiccated corpse. Fed upon by a formidable bloodsucker, cannot be allowed to live. Let's meet at this. Comrades out there now. Love the assistance. Oh, very well. Handed craftsman. So this is the adventure showing my old province the ropes. You're willing to fetch my materials, I hope, and pay you for them. What I need is Nassau obsidian, the more the better. My trial. You only need me to point the direction, I shall do the rest. Let's meet me at Norgona. Alright. Okay, wait, am I dreaming, or are you one of the great warriors that vanquished Valigardma? I am, but I have fruit for you. Also, I'm the Uber driver delivering for you today. Oh my, even you're handed out this. Truly an honor. Receive this from the mightiest of fighters. With any luck, perhaps that strength yours will rub off on me. Doubtful. But if it makes you practice harder, go for it. This. What is it that you have in your hand? You delivering sanctity fruit? Far from me to complain, I was just thinking I could do with a snack. Have you had one? Peel off the skin, you'll find starchy pulp. Only delicious, but bursting full of nutrients. I don't think it's banana. The sanctity fruit. Doodle dial. Shoot. One piece of meat. There you are. Ooh, chunks of meat. Only 9 seconds left on the clock. Where are you? Ah, there's my guide. Hee. Greetings, visitors. You know the plan. Problem, the other creature's been drawn to Spillamito, yes. Never this, as long as they're around. Must ask you to get rid of them. Luckily. Vigil Keeper. Oop, just get out of that. Level 100, Angry Longjaw. Oh, they really are level 100? Yep. Quests are done at the level you do them at. Now. So it's not like I'm doing this with the case of... 2 seconds, 2 seconds, 1 second. After dashing and slashing, I don't really feel graded. Practically sounds like a drain your life's blood. That's that mission done with. Vroom, vroom, vroom. Isle of Alpine seeds. Oh, perfect. Seriously. Like I say, if you ever want to annoy the stuff out of your games master if you're playing a game, detection style magics are called Bumblex larvae. Yeah, detection magics, you know, find the thing, detect the object, language things allow you to solve the problem. Go a long way to screwing with whatever the DM's got planned. Second one that really messes with them is, of course, your transmutation magics. Turn one thing into another. Obsidian, which is a sort of volcanic glass. Never actually held a proper piece in my hand, though. No. Well, I've held it, but not like a case of raw find it piece. More like, oh look, it's a store selling rocks. Here's some obsidian. Neat. You managed to find the obsidian? Pieces of superior quality. And carefully inspecting one's surroundings. Yep. How fares the hunt? What's this for meat? Ooh, beautiful slab. Barely any fat to trim. Quick coating of salt, which should be our way to mouth-watering jerky. Ooh. Well-lit, cool, dry air. Good thing we're top of the mountain, eh? We'll flip down and miss. It's still a head of reasons. Look, it's like, must you inhale it? Work to be done, and tool-dyed meat makes scrumptious jerky, just an right amount of chew. Ah. Thanks for passing it out. Curious significance of such a simple act. Ancestor prayed to the gods may have strength equal bestowed this fruit upon the masses, revered by his boundless generosity. Those who accomplish great feats here in Wolar, they can delivering the fruit, thus that I invite you to do the same. Ah. Fruit giver is given a fruit in turn. Please accept this with my gratitude. So the fruit's aloe? Bloodsucker was disguised as my comrade? Surely that cannot be. Forgive me, for I do not know what to say. Possessed of such an alarming ability, I think someone should have mentioned it before now. Bloodsuckers, or beings known as Void Sent, come from another realm. Yeah, we've dealt with them before. Suggested for distant stars. Maybe. It's possible, too. Bet the threat's no more. Village this, I must find my missing comrade. Keep lookout for him, my dude. He'll show up sooner or later. Double finding everything. Found your ingredients. Truly in debt. My kin will surely rest easy, and the medicine supply has been replenished. I feared our doom would be implemented. Not only yours, swift rampage, of your blue-clad champion saved great many lives. Rest assured the ingredients on the table will be put to good use. Yes, still confessing. Truly cannot thank you enough. Yep, just earn that experience. No longer needs your direct supervision. Historical importance. I can imagine this Neo-Recipient was historical importance. When it ruled the continent, it was valued for ease. It could be napped into razor-sharp weaponry, arrows, daggers, and the like. While our size enabled to dominate the others, tools like these were indispensable as well. How ironic that once we subjugated the so-called lesser races, we would so readily avail ourselves of their metalworks instead. Thus, obsidian weaponry was a relic of the past, a material relegated to accoutrements which our village is now known. This, but I have returned. I hope this will be enough for your purposes. 3 sacks full. Yes, sir, yes, sir. You hope. This is a tremendous amount. All of exceptional quality, no less. Supply that will last many moons to come. Please accept this payment as your reward. Add a little extra token for my gratitude. As you see fit, you have my deepest thanks. Perhaps I was too enthusiastic in my efforts. While he did seem to be appreciative, now I realize far more than a craftsman working alone could possibly require. When he'll have need of my services foreseeable future, I must seek out other clients to make a living, yet I'm hard-pressed to think of any other prospects. This is why you travel, to meet new people and new opportunities. There you go. Let us move on. It's been enlightening. Besides, I need to give you your share. Like to learn your trade. Rewarding too. Mere gathering stones spark joy in others. Aiding others has given me a newfound sense of fulfillment. Opportunities may be lacking here. Put my thoughts in order, and I'd be honored for you to advise my next course of action. This. I am unlikely to find it in this village. Try asking around in another village. Hello of this. Yes, perhaps the little ones have need of a protector, come to think of it. Employ bodyguards to defend themselves from beasts and bandits. Dealing with their kind, lack of constant approach, unfamiliar profession. Willing to train that? Yes, we can do that. we've got to go over here too. The sorrow. Oh, by the way, remember there's a there's a point right on top of this building here. I saw it. There it is. Why is your chocobo so hurt? That's the way they are. You change level royally. Don't respect weasel worm. Slash soothe. Oh, easy, easy. Who's this puny outsider? What's this? I rip this one in half. Not in half. How do I get him to listen to reason? Right? Say Nor Carrior. Those Coral Carrior. Surprising. This time I go home, but next time no more angering us. Where our friend sent you was trying to negotiate fairly, but said something must have offended him. As a peacemaker's phrase means your virtue casts the light of fortune upon me. Offers utmost respect to the listener, invites them to repay you with the same. Ah, your friend taught me to you, didn't she? Yes, so. Would I had such unwavering courage. Let us hurry back. Another fate's broken out. Further. Thank you for joining me. No stranger to battle. I've only guarded a sanctum, not an individual. This is my bodyguard. As we will travel this road, shall this. One time, this was our ancestral this. Nice this and get a good look at surrounding, but we warn these days many ravenous beasts. Do 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 boom boom. Yep, many ravenous beasts. They also know their place. It's like, you're level 100. Right. Most people would have been packeted by that thing. It's like, we'll beat you up. Or even this guy. Oh, we knew we weren't going to get out of that one too politely. Much I would recount to you. It is unsafe here. Let us venture instead to the cliffside. To avoid unnecessary fights as much as possible. Yes. Maintaining awareness of my client, our surroundings, potential avenues of attack, while keeping a brisk pace. Standing watch over frozen vidril was far less complicated. You wonder why I chose this place. Look below, the Pelo village of this. Homes once connected by a mountain road when we were their oppressors. Then Gul Jaja put an end to that practice. We demanded yearly tribute in exchange granted our protection. I've not forgotten. Memory of my kin towering as tyrants still haunts them. We now treat them as equals. I hope one day to live in their memories as a gentle guardian. But let us return to this. Well, I have a young peddler who's probably needing to... Yes, I can do this. There's a young peddler, Pelo, that I know I can introduce you to, who's very intrigued. Really? Mm-hmm. First thing first, deliver to the other individual. Anxious Yakoi. Diplomatic Yakoi. Yakoi. So to everything this. You know about the Cheer Wagur? Yes. Saltern, they believe, a gift from the gods. They bully the weak and vulnerable amongst us into paying it for obscene prices. Salt is delicious, one would even say addictive. Oh no, they mix it with something nasty. Still hard, that's a bargain for it. Yes. Right. This help me explore this quality and bodyguard. The power to show the Pelo we are not our ancestors, that we can offer them peace and protection as equals, not as conquerors. Well, I find a client, and that search begins now. It's not too much. I'd like you to bear witness. Primarily sell their wares. Nice fishers on their way to this first. Hear this? Come, let us ask around. Of course. There's nothing I can do to basically just drop summon and then hit Lux Solaris. Any friends with this man? He just offered to be my bodyguard and, well, agreed without a moment's hesitation. Truth is, I always wanted a higher hook warrior. I always afraid the mere suggestion would cause them to laugh in my face. Nothing would delight me more than to visit. Covers the first and fish my fill, but the place attracts a lot of mossmen. How am I to get bites if I'm worried to take a bite out of me, eh? Oh, I can't see how it goes. Come, let's get to it. Well, don't let him get ahead. Plant-like creatures. Oh, no. Would you join me? If I fall short, take comfort knowledge. You can defend my fisher instead. Yeah, we'll watch your back as you're watching his back. Also, it'll give me a chance to pick up the other quests that are over there. Couple here, and then couple there, and then finish off with that one. Then we can move back to Tuliola and meet up with everyone. That's the idea, anyway. Fog in the valley, nice low-lying cloud. Is a wonderful thing. Allergic Yakoi. He wants somebody to remove some weeds. There's the ring. Remember the third problem? I recall you strong for your size beside. Pick 3 lark violets and bring them to me. Monstrous plants of pollen are more than my nose can bear. Who wants drippy flowers? At least I do not. Very well. Oopsie. Ronnie Yahweh. No, Brockway, but knows how to work smarter, not harder. Little trial of strength. Builder's stone, fresh cut, shaped by yours truly. Do you carry it to the north and prove my good friend awaits. Maybe this. Are you up to the task, little one? Load bearing. Yeah, that's got to be at least a few 100 pounds of granite. Full on, just up and over the head and just run with it. Move with the legs. Ugh. Yeah, I can still jump. Cool. Like, roar. Not only can I run, I can auto-run. Yes, I do enjoy using that function in MMOs. Anytime there's a big old distance that you need to cover, you can just basically worry about not holding down one key on your keyboard. The distances, I think it's great. How did it end up your hands? Well, he wanted me to carry it up here, but he was giving it like it was a trick or something. Lazy Ulf fostered his work onto you? Carry even for us, so I'm going to assume he tricked you into it somehow, and here we have this. Let's say, don't underestimate me. Oh yeah, big guy down the bottom of the hill, you know, basically tricked me, in quotation, you know, thinks he tricked me into carrying this stone up the hill. You carried it up the hill. I carried up the hill because I'm going to get paid for doing it, number one. Really, you didn't actually carry that miserable heavy stone all the way there. What? You did? Now it seems I underestimated you. That's worthy of an apology. Was urgently needed to repair a number of graves damaged in the storm of this. Fun with an outsider. I'd be disrespecting a fellow warrior of great strength. Not so lightly of your visitors, our visitors, yes. Now there's more stones that must be taken in their proper place. I do not intend to rest. I intend to do the rest of the heavy lifting myself. Hey. Coin. Like, yeah, no, he thinks he tricked me into hauling the stone up there, but little does he know I just would have done it anyway. Right? I would have done it if he asked nicely, too. Seriously? Yeah. Why? Because it's good training. Oh, you're still injured. Deliver pigment from this to the sentinel. My guard down and monsters attack me. This. And my rations in this. Beasts all have food. Of all the food I care, but the pigment's essential. It's no, I beseech you to go retrieve a jar of pigment. Yeah. Murder. Wait. Oh, you're over there. We want you to murder something. Done. Nonchalantly? Well, Either it's going to kill me or I'm going to kill it. Oh. Oh, hello. Yes, my chocobo casts heal on me as well. Yippee! How are they doing? Oh, they're closing in on it too. Found the pigment. I have. And it looks like you're feeling much better as well. Well, glad to see it. Nary a crack in the jar. Great. The sun and the elements, they still fade to time. Must be kept updated. But ouch, I'm less afraid tend to my wounds at the sentinel. Yippee! Puts ninja up a rank as well. I am not going to try to pronounce your name. There's the ruthenium earrings. Those are the 2 items we're missing. There are craters where the heat of the scorcher list. Elder flints left unchecked, feed on the flames till they explode. In reaction, greater potential harm. Stamp them out of sight. Weaken them and sprinkle them with water. Alright, we can do that. Wally pen? Weaken any elder ones that appear. Oh, I don't have a carbon, that's why my problem is. Not weekend. Oh, now you're just making fun of me. Here. It should work now? No, it doesn't work now. Yeah. Okay. Here I am thinking, getting too low. It's like, oh no! How terrible. Meanwhile, it's like, you could have just gone nuts on them. Apparently. Unable to use. It's not weakened. That's what all that red is. It's like, the enemy is not weakened. It's like, what do you mean not weakened? No sign of any rock monsters. Bum, 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 bum. Yep, still under Choco Cure as well. Generating hit points over time. Yay! This. I see my plan was this. Warding water was collected from the Sith. Power to greatly diminish fire energy stored in an elder flint. Don't explode as much as fizzle out. It's dangerous. We'll be able to... Regulate this, we no longer live in fear of large-scale explosions. Ah! You wanted to test your how well it worked. I can see. One moment. I'm still a ninja right now. But I want to be the level 100 because that way it gives me level 100 enemies to help train my companion with. It hangs around for a while. Great. Alright, so we do your quest, then turn in that. This, I have a funny feeling. You are? Already dispatched one threat. It seems strangely aggressive. Overthinking, but caution may be warranted. I ask you that you watch our backs. I think he might be right. Marlboro seedling. Help! Mountain Marlboro. Help him up again. This task was too great for me alone. I sensed the beasts had grown affected by the energy of this place. Did not appear to see one of such prodigious size. That is nothing more than an excuse. I failed my client and am unfit to be a bodyguard. Don't be ridiculous. You're committed to this so that you didn't have a chance to fight back. That's all. Especially not after you took that nasty blow you took. As far as I'm concerned, you did exactly as you promised. You kept me safe. That's exactly what I expect from a bodyguard. Most matters perspective. How would you evaluate me? If the client calls it a success, I'm not going to argue. Heard the man? Sure, there's always room for improvement, but overall, it's a passing mark. Now then, with that brood out of commission, we ought to enjoy some peace and quiet for a while, yes? Settles it. I can't afford to let this slip off the hook. I'm going to fill my bucket while I still can. Even after that harrowing experience, you remain undeterred. You have the strength of will that rivals any cockboy. There's profit to be made here. He's after it. Off we go. Something tells me I'm going to be introducing him to a lovely Pello in pink. Mablin. Yeah, feast in this hearty hall. comes to fishing, being able to concentrate makes all the difference. This. Drag my bucket back to here. Oh no! Blue Team Marlboro. I'll hand your things over. And then there. Mm-hmm. Allergic Yakoi. Ninja brings you flowers. Picking went well? Very much so. Here you are. Oblige me, I wanted to get the flowers for my grandmother. It was one of her favorites. Fishing carved this favorite things on engraved. See, hers has flowers for each of the 4 seasons. Giving her a few throughout the year. I better get these to Grandma before they wilt. Take this as a token of my thanks. There it is. A complete 9-3 set. So that's not as good as the dungeon gear. But it means if you were unable to do the dungeon, now that I actually have the dungeon, I can take a look at it. Oops, there's selection. Let's see, level 93 and 635 is the item level. Sync from 94. And it's handing out 660 gear, which is quite fun. I suspect there might be a couple more quests joining the Yakoi with the Pelo Pelo, because there's always a quest that links between the two. When you're doing these sort of things, oh yeah, blue quests have a bad habit of doing a link up somewhere. You've returned. Though I've made a fool of myself, you stepped in to pick up the slack, and for that I must thank you. Reflect on this, use it, sharpen my skills. But not done. Inspire confidence in my future and clients, see me falter as I did today. That's the spirit, big fellow. Most of us grew up hearing stories that Yakoi are dangerous as they look, a people to be feared. But you, my friend, you put your life on the line to protect mine, and that's a story I intend to share with my entire village. You'll see you folks aren't so scary after all. If ever they need a gentle giant to protect them, they should ask for Murfurler. Now, what was your dream, my dude? Be seen as a gentle guardian? I know not what twist of fate led you to me, but I am grateful, not just for Day, but for everything you've done for me. Hearing that fisherman's words, I realized the true reason I felt compelled to relinquish my post as a temple guardian. An honor as great as it was, deep down I yearned to protect not just a place, but the people, living who have yet to finish their stories and be enshrined in memory. Your efforts to teach me will not go to waste. Henceforth, I am Murfurler the Defender, and will go everywhere, or will do everything in my power to build a relationship of trust with our good neighbors, the Pelo Pelo. Good. We'll take the toast, though. Figure there was another quest. Brains and Brawn. Calls to mind a question I've been meaning to ask you. King is process. Rather than wait for his words to bring me new clients, I would take one Pello, sell my services. So one could use a bodyguard, one you may have worked before. I know of one, might do with some work. A merchant named Nopley, you say. Perhaps you could make one a pizza and speak to him on my behalf. No, not the pink one, no. The one I helped get this money back. send a clip wait for you outside as not to cause a disturbance. We'll just use teleport because it's only 100 gil, and we're being paid well. Hey, Nopli. Oh, President Thalen. Working out with Gigi Mulu. Or a pot containing their chaotic energy. The thing is, I think I just had to put them to use. Right, enough about me. What can I do with you? I have someone who's looking to basically be a bodyguard. Of course I would defend it. The Yak boy saved one of our fishermen, right? Everyone's been talking about it. Love to made it. Even got a job from him. Huh? This is going to be waiting outside the village right now. What do you mean he came down the cliff? Something else. In any case, nearby, a good time as any. Eager, aren't you? Straight to him, no worries. You brought your friend, Nopli, was it? Thank you for the introduction. No trouble. Told you're a merchant by trade. If you'd need a bodyguard, I would gladly offer my services. I'd heard the rumors. Now I see you in the flesh, I can say you are every bit as stalwart as they say. Hold an opportunity. Deal with the folks at Chihuahua Saltern, infamous for bullying the weak into buying their salt at outrageous prices. The word no to invite vicious neck throttlings or so strongly intimidated. Hey, I like a good challenge. As long as you've got my back, I'm sure I didn't need fear for my neck, right? So follow me. I think he's going off on this one a little quick. Unease. Linked to the Gorley Day. Yeah, I know. I'll do what I can to this, and I will be shortly in the background. Feel a bit uneasy about this. Well, we'll make sure it happens properly. Can't have them hurting our friends. Not good for an adventurer's reputation. No. I always giggle when I read those things. It's like, oh, we had to retreat. Oh, no shit, you had to retreat. It happens sometimes. That's enough. Want to barter? What's there? What offense is there in that? Greedy one hat. Greedy tongue this one has. Thine blessing is not for him. Surrender coin and be gone. Refer to their assault. Nopli has no position to bargain. Please retreat. Well, you're here to protect and support him. Oh. I see now. Not only just to ensure safety, but his success as well. Yes, I know what must be done. I am he named Mofar. Anyone's lay of hands shall suffer the same violence tenfold. The Temple Guardian, slayer of many monsters, his stories all know. Oh. And that one is friend to Wooklamat, the one who bested Volgarn on the holy ground. It's true. Terribly sorry about this. I didn't mean to pressure anyone. Let's see if we can negotiate an agreement, and if not, the three of us will be on the way before you know it. Of course, I wouldn't want to waste your time if I wasn't confident I could offer you something worth your while. As we know, the flames of Volgmar linger in these parts, yes? I can imagine everlasting fire would have less than desirable effects on your crops and livestock, which why you're forced to sell your salt at high prices, right? You have to make a living somehow. But what if I told you could use these corrupted crystals imported from distant Eorzea to solve your woes? Change the element aspect of natural energies. Series of converter, you could turn those dying flames into nutrients for the soils and all other sorts of wonderful things. The possibilities are endless. You offer miracle crystals for salt. Words of gold hide black intent. Any merchant who wears this mask is sworn to uphold the peddler's code of honor. We Pello pride ourselves on spreading joy through trade. Protects his reputation with the same ferocity as you who protect the holy lands. See his truth and heed his words. Corrupted crystals turn fire to earth, fill soil with life, Urupachu green. False promise is all, little one design offers nothing for divine blessing. Be gone. Wait, I think we actually have someone who will listen to us here. 2 out of 3. I will trust and trade divine blessing for your crystal. You cannot tell this. We have met before with Volpelvor. Oklamat saved me from Mountain Bird. Which is why Quest only showed up now. I remember her and our debt. Trader speaks wisdom too. He is worthy. My kin are slow to change, proud and afraid, but not forever. With time comes truth and proof and trust. True, the corrupted crystals should be able to flip from fire burned to the ground. Many connections you forge here in Taral. I never thought one would be with the Wargar. Now then, wear out our welcome. Let's return to Wargar's Echo. That's Crud. There's a fate train trucking through here at the moment. Sorry, trucking through here. Yelling and screaming as they're going, having a good old time. One trade for measly crystal. Small, Small, but if we look on the bright side, it was a small yet crucial step towards building this. Biggest wild success I could ever hope for. Different kinds of corrupted crystals. Next time, elemental converter, I know I can find a market for these things one way or the other. Once they see the results, they're sure to come around. Yes, it's all thanks to you. Okay, bouquet of acquaintances. Grateful for you to protect me. Meeting them in person was a lot scarier I would have thought. Well, if it weren't for you, I would have lost my nerve completely. Moved by your impassioned pitch as a bodyguard, it was an honor to support such noble aspirations. You're making me blush, anyway. I dare say I'll have plenty more work to offer you in coming days. Assuming you're up for it, of course. You gave me confidence to pursue this new line of work. For that I will always carry your memory in my heart, to carry you, pray mine and yours, wherever so your journey takes you. I will try to remember these names as I go forth from here as well. But that's a doubtable spot. Absolutely. Think you'll continue to be able to do the ninja thing in the next area? Probably not. It's expecting to be at least 93 to continue on, so it'll most likely have a limit to, like, you know, must be this high to take the quest. Oh boy, 3 instances with about 150 or so people in each one. Exaltation. I was gonna say, I thought I misread that as exhaustion. It's like, whoa, crap, when did they add that mechanic? Oh wait, that's just the name of the area we're in. All this work's exhausting. So, well, it's a couple of day point out for here to see. Oopsie. I clicked outside the window. Give me a moment. Yeah. Headed down there. Wasn't even paying attention to where I'm going. Burp. Right. Oh, once they're there. I was thinking about Starfield for half a moment. I know that's the Friday, Saturday kind coming up. The concept comes to me, it's like, you realize you probably do a second playthrough after you finish this first one. It's like, yep. Still 2 feats to go. We want to face them refreshed and ready for action. Yes. Don't say no to clean sheets and a soft pillow. The sooner we sit back in Thule, I feel the weight of recent events set in all at once. I am definitely due for a long nap. Take the opportunity to think on some things. Well, rest well, everyone. We can meet back here later on. Small errand to run in the city. We'll leave you to recover. Will you be headed to the palace, Woklamat? Woklamat, did you hear me? Lost in her own little world. No matter, I'll be back soon enough. An attendant is standing by to unlock your cabin. Stand. This way I know. Hey, first cabin. Question is, do I have the bunk hall to my own self, or am I bunking down with another? Welcome back, Master Duck 5. Oven is just as you left it, minus a light layer of dust. You don't have a case of room service giving it a good old clean? So it's just like the inn, you got the barber pole.
You have a moment?
We're good at that.
There's something I wanted to talk to you about.
Yeah, sure. We'll hear it out.
So,
They've got a lot of the Regarin emotes in them, don't they?
It's just too stuffy in here, that's what.
Go out on the deck.
We should go outside. Aye, a nice walk in the fresh air, that's what we need.
Okay. Right? I've seen. Try to drag you across the way for your nice cup. Yeah. I feel the walls closing in. Taking one of my favorite places in Tirali. Fetch it up. My thoughts in order. Suspended quarter. Make our way up from there. Ugh. Welcome, that's new friends. Peshi, or Peshawar. What are you doing up here? Is your back feeling better? Much healed now, but don't make a fuss. Besides, I can't be lounging in bed all day when you're out there fighting your hardest to win the throne. You're the claimant with the greatest love for peace. I love this nation of ours, and lending you my support is the least I can do. I see that smile of you. How can I not be encouraged? Any more that believe in your cause, I can recruit a whole battalion of smiling faces. I think that'll help. Yours alone is more than enough. Here, Peshawar. Third promise, I will pray for your success in the contest. All those smiling faces. Hee. Sorry, Thalen. Getting distracted. Progress we've made in the contest, even these everyday encounters feel much more special. Take our time, maybe wander a little first. Then we can head to the spot I was thinking of. Not so much the respended quarters, the front of the palace, but okay.
This is much better.
It's good to have the sun coming up too, I guess.
I used to come here all the time when I was little. I'd look out over the whole city, and whatever worries I had would seem so small. Do you remember what I said at the top of Warkor Zormor? That I would fight to preserve Papa's peaceful Tural?
Yes.
Well, I've been thinking a lot since then. About what peace really means. If it's just the absence of war.
Well, not entirely, but yeah.
And it brought to mind all the best parts of our journey so far.
I think that's your father's intent. To see the people of Tural and get to know them. Make you want to protect them.
I realized nothing gives me greater joy than the happiness of others. Life has its ups and downs, but the company of family and friends, And the music of their laughter is what makes it worth living. And as silly as it might sound, I've come to believe that those smiling faces are the best measure of peace.
Wish for a world like in the wise dream.
With eternal life and no struggle or conflict, it's certainly an ideal worth striving for. Who knows if we could make such a world a reality? But renouncing war and conquest seems like a good place to start. So, this is my plan. When I become Dawn Servant, I'll build on Papa's peace. Our people will live together in happiness.
That needed to be bellowed, but okay.
It's just like Kryl said. By taking the time to hear their concerns, understand their feelings, and consider how best to serve, with each passing day, I'll be that much closer to becoming the leader I want to be.
Well, you've yet to face the taste of leadership.
It's hard for me to say how much I've changed since the contest began. But there's one thing I can say with confidence. I wouldn't have come this far without you as allies.
Well,
If it wasn't for you all listening and feeling and thinking along with me, I would have never learned so much, and in so short a time. There are 2 keystones left. After everything that's happened, and imagining what could happen, are you still willing to walk this path with me?
I'm an adventurer. Of course I am. There's still much of the world to see.
Thank the gods for that.
It's like you always wince whenever I say thank the
Well,
gods.
I have nothing else to get off my
Fought
chest.
with them before.
I need to head to the palace, but I'll see you back at the cabins.
Like, yeah, I fought with them. Wait, the actual gods? Yes. The 12 as we know them in Aeor's, yeah? Oh, wow. But you won? Yes. Bananas and pineapples and apples. A snoozing or eaten or... I don't like the fact that the bed looks like it's got hay underneath the blanket. Sleeping mouth open. Catch flies that way. Gentle breeze. Sunny skies. Another day to get stuff done. More precisely, first adventure, breakfast. Important. But you say she hasn't faced the challenge of leadership yet? Not really. The challenge of leadership is where you're basically stuck between 2 people. Both want something, but the choice will basically remove from the other. Like one wants to say one wants to build something on the land, and one wants to do something else with the land. Right? Can't both do it. Leisure time was well spent. It was. I slept. Quality sleep myself. Soon be back on the road for us. You get the idea. Sooner or later, you got to make those decisions. The other one, there's the Dark Mahogany, 663. This will be along shortly. I do hope that everyone will be well rested as well. They're probably bunking together, those two. Rest yourselves somewhat. Let's all consider what the claimants as they currently stand. Every feat so far and hold 5 keystones. Would be equal if it wasn't for Bakju's thievery, which has left us one short. Braggart didn't even leave proof of wreaked habit of feet of ice. He can't have more than 3 keystones at most. Maybe he think he can simply steal what he needs to win, but is sorely mistaken. I'll be taking back what's mine, this I swear. Well, he has to face us to take back that 1 stone. May not be enough. Unleashing a Volgaramanda is an indication. Using his lead, I anticipate he will move to obtaining keystones before disrupting his rival attempts. Else being forced to take from one another. Can't say I'll be comfortable with that. But neither will I surrender my claim to the throne so easily. For the sake of preserving this, I'll do what I must. Last two, those are the Lay of Repast and the Lay of Brotherhood. Cessation of the husband of Mama Jewel, Ja and Zabras in the forests of Yaktel, specifically near the village called Ixbrax. That's where I was born, if you recall. Haven't been back since Papa took me in when I was a baby. Lay of Brotherhood takes place is unclear. Sagas said a foreign explorer came to seek the audience on Sir, a little more than that. Explorer befriended a 2-headed king known as an Arturok. Arturok, before commencing his travels across Tyrol, he journeyed several times afterwards, ultimately lost at sea, at least. At least that's a commonly held belief. 2-headed king certainly sounds like Papa, so this Ketterman fellow must have come to Tyrol. Tuliola. 80 years ago, the capital may not have been built yet. Vestiges of Hakoyo architecture not standing. Wait. You said Otrok, didn't you? Then Ketterman must have met Dawn Servant in Mamuk. Mamuk, is that a city? Or village or something? One of the grandest in Tyrol. Once upon a time, seat of the Mojul homeland. It too lies in Yaktel, not far from Ixbrax. Yaktel seems the obvious choice for our next destination. Safest is by dirigible. Make for the landing and our preparations are complete. Riding one of Kona's balloons? They can't be any worse than ships, can they? I don't know how your balloons are. Airships are fairly smooth. Wish I could basically call it Tacharu. Be nice to know if we could get the Eclipse across the way. Is it the Eclipse? I know Enterprise is Sid's personal ship. I think it was called the Eclipse, was the one Tacharu put together. Airships are great for passengers. I don't know how they hold the air to float. I couldn't tell you what their lift capacity is. But I can promise you for shipping cargo, water's still going to be more economical. Okay, so Yaktaral is all 3 of the southern areas. Yeah, it's not into Zaktaral, which is the northern zone. And then, of course, there's a huge pile of clouds, which means there's probably a couple more in Zaktaral. It would indicate that the Golden City's in the north. Each of the keystones open the gate to the bridge. Probably could have just taken the Aetheryte. I know. I'll be fine. Just fine. You know, how exciting. Design to really do this. I must note how they compare to Eorzean airships. Much I wish we could ignore him. Bakjul Jaja is a real threat. Can't afford to let our guard down. What are you thinking of, Kryle? Yaktel, were the remt of the city of this? Ready to leave when you are. The Yaktel, the passengers are asked to keep their hands, legs, and luggage inside the dirigible at all times. Ah, oh, damn it! I can't ride on the outside. He is not looking forward to this. Are we sure that thing will stay in the air all the way to Yaktel? Come on. Are you ready? Bags packed, or say bye said? There's no going back once we lift off. Not that I'm nervous or anything. I'm just making sure that you're not nervous, Waklamat. I believe you said you wouldn't be doing that again. Oh, who am I kidding? My knees won't stop shaking. Will you hold my hand just until my nerves are settled? Sure. Why not? Nicest person I've ever met. I'll try not to crush your hand. Oh, there she is. Third promise. Just wait a moment. Mablu! And Toby. Of course, of course. I'll wait as long as you need. Airship's leaving in short order, so let's make this quick. But we were able to discover the origin of Kryle's earring. Uh-oh. Is that so? Gained popularity in Yaktaral as a protective ward for travelers, are you correct? Mm-hmm. The elderly merchant, whose first sales were attributed. According to him, his designs imitates an accessory worn by a foreign mage he met at the market some 20 years ago. Little did he know that charming taste of salt would prove a commercial triumph. Foreign mage wearing this earring could only be grandfather. Did the merchant happen to mention which market? One in Yaktel, where it seems you're already bound. What luck? Well, if it was 4 leaves, it would be lucky, so convenience. Thus I shall seek my next clue once we arrive. Is it a mere coincidence that brought my grandfather there, or yet another discovery to look forward to? Thank you both for coming all this way. Anything for the third promise. Good luck with the rest of the rite. Thanks, I won't let you down. I just have to board this dirigible and I'm good as there. Last call for passengers for Zach Terrell. Let's go. I really hope she wins. Zachtel will chest her medal without a doubt. Next on, so we're bearing the full weight of this nation's history, no matter how heavy it may be. Then that be the truth, isn't it? The crown may seem invincible from afar, and it might seem...
The fierce Shepral hunters who laid claim to this land call it the Azure Forest, Yaktel. Battered by meteors in ancient times and colored mesmerizing shades of blue and green by nature, it is easy to understand why the place is so named. It is here, where the Shepral and Mamulja once battled for dominance, that the right of succession would reach its climax.
Yes. That can't have been as bad.
Are you all right?
I've never been good with heights.
The vegetation is far denser than in Cosmauca.
I suggest you pay more attention to the ground, unless you want to walk straight into a cenote.
The
A
note?
cenote.
Sinkholes filled with rain and groundwater. Many meteors fell here long ago, it is said, and after they struck the Earth, it became susceptible to erosion. Deep
Interesting.
as some of the pits are, you'll not climb out in a hurry should you take a tumble. So, don't take a tumble.
Watch where you're going.
It was one time.
Is the Chabral community depicted in the Lay of Repast close by?
Aye. We need but follow the path a short way west.
Right. I can't stand here with my knees knocking forever. Let's get going.
Indeed. I'm sure our promise doesn't wind up the bottom of those cenotes. Holes. How difficult to travel before the second introduced dirigibles. Imagine having to walk all the way here. Wind was fair and the vessel hardly rocked at all. Thicker vegetation comes reduced visibility. Keep someone in sight at all times. I'd say that lot like to the southwest. So sort of like the rainforest. Be you, Bandicoot. No, you're a sugar glider. Oh no, lethal sugar gliders. Taita. I think that's how that is. Lethal sugar glider. Oh, but wouldn't be a minion somewhere? That'd be nice. One right here. Look at that, a fishing spot. $273 to the north. Up here? Probably. We'll get the, Oh, we have something else here. Necrosis? Some type of plant. Insistence, I've yet discovered anything particularly blue about this forest. Hate to lose you in this undergrowth. Over there, I wonder. Everyone accounted? Just up, let's be on our way. I wonder why the ground eroded. That's a much better question. move these things over here. This is what my retainers have been returning to me. Drop some pieces that are good for the area. What can I say? Like, it's only a small amount, yes. But you only get large amounts once you actually get your skills up on your retainers. But the matter, though, it's what we're looking for. Oh, there's the aetheryte. Leap to Yaktel. One point set. So, Skywatcher. He who does not pay heed to the skies will surely get wet. So, in Taral, goes to rain. We're going to get some fog after this. And Northern goes from gales to dust storms. Oof. I've fallen into High Tide Harbor enough times to be a professional diver. No way I'd fall into something like this on accident. Just so you know, I shall be very cross if you push me. I wouldn't have thought of that until you mentioned it. Are all sendouts this deep, I wonder? I'll exaggerate about this. It'd be a grueling ordeal to climb out of one. Thankfully we made it here without incident. Let us not dally any longer. Who's got speech? Oklamat. That's for the armor. Ready to head on in? First task should be finding a lector. Hopefully our relative tardiness will not reflect poorly on us. Hello? Third promise and a retinue, I presume? You're right. I seek the Dawn Servant's lector. And come join us in the Garden of Stars at the village center. Everyone is waiting for you. Everyone? And who might that be? One way to find out. Come, let's follow him. It is everyone like the whole village, or everyone like the other claimants? Would just really annoy. There's Bakjul Jewel. And Aral Jewel. Yes, everyone. Right.
At last, we are graced by the presence of the third promise.
We weren't told.
If I'd known we'd be waiting on your mangy hide, I wouldn't have bothered with a Ligarmanda in the first place.
Easy.
You self-serving piece of weaver dung! Do you have any idea how many could have been hurt?
Now that we are assembled, let
Let's
us
admit, she's got a good way of throwing insults. We like a good insult.
My name is Hunmuruk. As a Brash Rash, I have the honor of serving as a lector on behalf of my people. As all four claimants must be present for this feat, we have eagerly awaited your arrival.
Is it some sort of combat, is it?
Third promise. If you would please join us.
His boots are filling up with water. Up. Any clue what they're doing yet? Bench, 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 no bench.
Thus far, you have faced each other as rivals. The feat of repast, however, will test your cooperation. You must complete this challenge in teams of 2.
Well, we'd hope she wants Kona.
What? You expect us to work with one of these weaklings?
Be warned. Only the triumphant team will receive keystones. I advise you to cooperate with your partner. Teams will be decided by lots. Those who draw the same color will be paired accordingly.
Okay.
Twelve forbid Wuklamat is paired with Bakul Jaja. After all he's put her through, I wouldn't blame her if she did something rash. I might even help.
Not helping.
Claimants, please present your colors.
Red.
I have red. Blue. On separate teams, then.
Red. Which means...
Hey!
Together again, as fate would have it.
victory's as good as ours.
With our claimants thus paired, so too is their opposition.
Not the one-head.
He's already smacked you once, so you'll have to play nice.
Listen well, for the trial that awaits you is as follows. Each team is to prepare a sample of traditional Shebrol cuisine. Shibruk Pibil.
Eh?
And now we must cook. Another ludicrous feat.
So it might seem, but there's bound to be deeper meaning to it.
Hello, Alzang. How you doing?
Agreed. Given that the very future of our nation is at stake, all parts of this rite must have significance.
Welcome on in. Yes.
Our promises have grown rather promising, wouldn't you say? Indeed. If I were to guess at the significance of the feat, few things reflect the history and development of a culture so clearly as its culinary traditions.
Hmm.
The variety of stewed dishes in Garlean cuisine bespeaks their agricultural roots and cold climes, true.
The peoples we've met on our journey, they've all had different practices involving food and drink. The Hanu replenish their magical energies with reeds, while the Pelu have turned their fondness of beverages into a living. So basically, to know a people's cuisine is to know something of their ways.
Oh, not much, Alzang. Just proceeding along the main quest and all sub-quests
With each
along the way.
feat, we have deepened our familiarity with a given community's history and culture.
Mm-hmm.
Is this what Father intended for us all along? But a leader with his vision must see that the past doesn't hold the answers we need. It is through embracing innovation, not adhering to
So
tradition,
close.
that we will usher Tuli Yolal onto a more prosperous future.
He's so close. Doesn't quite see it yet, though. Needs to wipe his glasses, I think.
The rules are simple. The first team to prepare and partake of satisfactory Shibruk Bivir will be deemed victorious. You will be judged by your sample's taste and appearance, as well as your adherence to appropriate cooking techniques.
Oh no, there's the real trick.
Kitchens have been made available for your use. Note that you may be asked to retry should your dish fail to pass muster. Let the feat of repast begin.
You have no interest in domestic anything.
I've never actually heard of Shibruk Bibil before. What's it like, I wonder?
Well, questions is, I think I actually have that somewhere in my cooking group of files. Before that, let's just stick per pill. Oh, there's an entire pile of people. Most of them are NPCs though. Let's have a look. Party, logs. Caffeine. No, it is not there. I know there was one very close to it. We're very close to how that sounds. I'll have to spend an hour and a half digging through the lines to find it. First promise, we'll wear matching aprons. I truly hope so. You troll. 2 claimants receive keystones. This feat intimidating, perhaps we shall prevail. No doubt have second thoughts on how thoughts are perceived? Yes. Let's see where we go. Ah. How fortunate this feat's unique stipulations have frustrated Bulkjaka. Attempts to delay us. Serves him right, as he gets for endangering people with his schemes. Why doesn't he just compete fairly? He's plenty strong, and obviously has a mind for strategy, twisted although it may be. I'll never understand him. Not supposed to. He's your classic villain, no deeper than a puddle. Not one of those really evil pothole ones that kill cars. Putting aside our competition for the moment, allow me to express how glad I am for this opportunity to work together. As I see it, our team possesses a distinct advantage. Any team I'm on is bound to succeed. I think they're referring to the fact. Precisely. just go with it. You mean we have an advantage in numbers, yes? Team of 6. 2 claimants, this, and Judge's lackey. Yep. Team of 9, 3 more people we can mobilize. Tasks suitably delegated, should be a brisk affair to learn the recipe, assemble the necessary ingredients. Too easy. Mustn't be overconfident, lest we make a careless mistake that could be easily avoided. Determining the recipe for what we're looking for, we can hardly gather the ingredients for a dish we know nothing about. Asking for answers directly may prove less effective than simply observing the daily habits of the people. Gather here once we have gathered some clues of the village to offer. Or we can just bug the local chef. Hey, can I have a serving of this? Wouldn't be a dumb idea. Is that way you know what it tastes supposed to taste like? Yep. Describing flavors is like describing colors. It works when you know what you actually have a point of reference for. Oh, wow. Oops, we still have a... Oh, that's a gemstone trader. Neat. Oops, look out, Spot. Dun, 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 dun. Thatched roofs for dealing with rain. Yoo-hoo! Whoop. Colorful spices. Chilies. I just put my hands all over here. Just looking at me. What are you doing? That one's called an adichote. Must use a bit of color to our most popular cuisine, but it has medicinal benefits as well as significant as well. Yes. Just a stunned looks like, what are you doing? You got people coming into the village. They might be a little bit intrusive when they're looking around. Fastidious fellow? Ah, and what are you so drunk of some variety? A recipe for, that? Wish I could tell you. Though delicious meant to be shared, we are forbidden from divulging anything. Orders from this. You're mentioning it has made me a fierce craving. Hope there's still a brook that we had at the market. A brook. Either he's intentionally letting that loose, or he's the biggest troll in the world. Okay, these two are going to be basically some form of wrestling. Suspect it'll be like that one guy hanging in the town. Oh, that's the other thing to note. Because these two were basically beating the stuff out of each other, the Hrothgar and the Momulja, it's entirely possible the dish is made with components from both sides. Cut our losses and head to Mamuk. This feat is nothing but a fool's errand. We won't tan our hides for leather if we dare return without enough keystones. Besides, we've taken from the house cat before. How difficult could it be a second time? Hello? Hey, what are you looking at, salt liquor? Mind your own business. Those guys suck for making insults. At least you could have been a little more, I don't know, Skeletor in yanking it out. Ah. Brax hide, branch bearer fruit. Blue fruit was sort of like a green flesh exceeding sour. Oh, keratin barb of the Carietta. What does that make? Crafting material. Tungsten ink and craftsman's saying. Oh, +2 control for a max of 50. Ooh, that's not bad, actually. Fearful cook. A bright banana peel. Holy crap. Got some glowing bananas, that's right. Neatly arranged to the ground, which appears to be smoking. No, it appears I've dropped my Tikka banana peel. I could barely see it for all the steam issuing from my underground oven. Oh, we're gonna have a honey. Going tasty banana. Use leaves in your cooking. Ah, it's a honey type cooking, is it then? It's got different words from different places. New Zealand, they call it a hungy, where they basically get a good old fire go, and then put rocks at the bottom of it, get it all good and hot and ashes, then you basically line it with the appropriate leaves, wrap the food, place it in, and bury it. Come back in a few hours, just mark it so you know where you buried it. That's what he's doing. Find the answer to a recipe we don't have. Before I wait at the designated location, there's one thing I want to inspectables. Yep. This doesn't look so much of an oven as it looks more like a grill. Wait, there was nothing else behind it, was there? Oops. No. Tables for prep work. I'd assume water and or something else. Something grilled and cooked on hot stone. Dang it, minion. Out of my road. We're away. Next part. Hello, Wooklamat. What have you learned? Sorry, I'm back. What have we discovered about the meal in question? Forbidden from educating us directly. Preparing it is one of the staple dishes. Observe their techniques yielded clues enough. Blend of local herbs and spices. Only too happy to describe the ones I didn't recognize. Either confirming or denying any relation to this. Particularly in coming to all, it's a Bray dish called the acchiotti. Ubiquitous, as he claims, we've confirmed at least our first ingredient. Bearing bundles wrapped in the leaf of najul or banana. In certain look at it, seem the use of subterranean ovens is commonplace. Saw the same. You were right next to him. I think we all know what's inside those bundles then, don't you? Squeaky flesh of bipedal fish. A brook without a doubt. Sizzling slab of beef. As would be expected of a dish called Brook Pibril, indeed. You know, it's like, oh no, it's beef tacos. What's the first ingredient? I don't know. One of Ibruk, flavored with a combination of spices that includes achot, steamed underground within najul or banana leaves. Now we must learn where to procure our ingredients. Staple cuisine, its ingredients would be close at hand, which is why Thank and I scouted the force while you were exploring the village. Yes, local valid vegetation and wild brook should be everything we need in regards to meats and spices. Leave it to a master gleaner. With that, should divvy up rather this. Well, some gather ingredients, the others should make the kitchen ready, or make ready the kitchen. We'll get the right words in the right order sooner or later. I can help prepare the kitchen. Need to assist this. Our ovens most doubtly require firewood, and I have some experience in its gathering. And here Estinian had hoped you'd moved on from firewood gathering. Should glad to volunteer mine aid, too. Rest of us will gather ingredients. I can make quick work of the spices and herbs myself. Happy this if they'll perform the requisite deed, Alize. The jewel leaves, I believe I am capable of acquiring that much on my own. Won't find the jewel in this. They only grow in the Ja Tika heartland, the forest far below these. Maybe this, we ought to try bartering first. Feat encourages some communication with the locals after all. Say, Thalen, if you would accompany me on my errand. Apparently we're doing the mercantile thing. Better way to whet my appetite. Hooray! Good, let us be about our tasks then. Away we all disappear. Looking for good footwear. Oh, everyone else is zoomed away. Let's go through those leaves. The sooner we do, the sooner we can eat. And there's the chess piece. And chess piece. Oh, you're offering the pants. Ruby! Let's see if there's any new najul leaves to be had in town. The cook around, maybe Persuaded to spare us a few. Bum, bum, bum. Official green for Freya. Cheerful cook. Hard not to be cheerful. Earth here is the fashioned in an oven of sorts. Fascinating. Must be the cook Oriange was talking about. Yes, we need leaves for Hungay, please. Again, do you need something? Wondering if we could get some of these type of leaves from you. Purposes other than Zabrik? Naturally. Unfortunately, I used up my last. You'll have to travel to the lower forest for more. Gomek Grove is a source of the finest nodule leaves you'll find. Wild variants sometimes you see in city markets can't compare. I see. Taking convention no other way to this than to Jatika Heartland we go. Very much so. Allow me to save you the trip. You go through the Tinwirk Traverse, but is caved in due to recent storm, I expect. That means we can't get our nodule leaves? But we can, can't we? If there's no other way to procuring them, you would have suspended this feat or else altered its objective. Perhaps. Apologize for the impress. Having overheard your conversation, I felt compelled to chime in. Very kind of you. Any last-minute advice you'd be willing to share? Taking the feat of repast with an empty stomach, you might find a delicious but daunting dish to finish. Can't wait. Local delicacies. So wait till they find out what part of the animal they need to cook. As he's walking away, it's like, oh crap. Right? It's like getting a haggis served up to you. It's like, oh crap. There are no leaves. We can't travel more. How are we supposed to gather all ingredients? Deep in our understanding of the peoples and cultures of Tulliola. Correct. Significant about Turex, we have yet to learn some other significant than its recipe or ingredients. Well, let's go have a... I see, like who was the first to make it, its history, that sort of thing. Jack tells history, is it? You should start with the old war. Between the Xabral and the Majul, or Amulja, once we basically kicked all the way back here again. Both born witness the centuries of warfare, the evidence which remains a scar on the earth. The end of that bloodshed is to know Zabruk Pipili. Steam the brook have to do with bloodshed? Precisely the question we must answer. Vexing through such a detour may seem, I can think of no other way to approach this feat. You should visit the settlement ruined by a war, village of Ishon Asso? It lies a short distance to the east. We went west to get here. From the airship. Come on, let's go see this place. I don't remember passing a settlement on the way here, except for maybe where the airship itself was. Vroom. So we're away again. Yeah, there was the dirigible, so... it's down the other kit road. I always like to laugh. Riding your bike, everyone else is just like walking. It's just like, why this? It's, you know, have a good old time, fun and all. Sugar gliders. Night Stalker's Shadow. Uh-huh. Everyone knows there was a war between the Majul Ja and the Braxel. It's the Braxel. But I've forgotten some of the details. Uh-huh. Thank you, Freya. The village must be further east. Let's continue with haste. For all we know, our competitors may be on our heels. Oh. It's a Brawl Sentry. Pothole. Is that like a man trap or something? Giant bear or beast trap? I can see people wanting this as a minion. It's a level of cute as it is until it pulls out those friggin' wrist razors. Like, it's so cute. Oh god. Terrible. I have a better question to pose. Why is this village still abandoned after war? Structure looks like it could be repaired. Please feel forgotten by time. It has been overgrown, so no one's living in this location properly for a while. I have a funny feeling we're about to get a Poe moment for Wooklamat. Place of Wook Ivu was a place of life and life. My great-grandfather called it home, in fact. Wook Ivu, I didn't know you were in Yaktorel. God. I want to see how Kona's going to react to this guy flipping out. Picking lumber from Brax when I've heard the third promise was on her way to the site of deep historical significance. Saw another opportunity to be of service and so followed you here. Is a shipwright who came to our aid during the Feat of Reeds. Pleasure. Member of Third Promise's retinue, I presume? For the moment, I suppose I am. My name is Kona. Pleased to make your acquaintance. Wait for it. Kona, that's a name. Good name, a familiar name. Where have I heard that? The second promise of Turiola. Oh, here he goes. To think I addressed the Dawn Service's own son with the same common retainer. Such disrespect cannot be excused. Please take up your gun and... Oh, come on, not this again. Please take no... I take no offense, so please do not dwell on it. Okay, then I shan't. And right on cue, at least he's consistent. Wish to learn about the dish. I'm forbidden by him to divulge any regarding its preparation. I'd happily share you Yaktel's history. Yes, we'd appreciate that. We would. Let's hear this story. Conflict was one of land. Live in the lower forest, where the thick canopy obscures the sun. The soil is unforgiving to crops. Drove them to covet the upper forest, the home of the Zabraxel. And they launched a determined campaign to seize it for themselves. Yet adventure favors the high ground. Oh boy. Yes, Anakin, they have the high ground. The Zabraxel forces held the upper hand against the invader, rebuffing them time and time again. The state of this village would attest the tide eventually turned. What brought it about? Something you know all too well. Blessed siblings. You must understand, the Momulja were once a people as much at war with themselves as they were with others. Ubigo, the Bonwa, the Dropo, each sought to assert dominance over the others, even as they engaged the Zabraxel in battle. Effort to strengthen their bonds, discourage infighting, The Hubigo and Boniwa leaders arranged a marriage between their children. As it goes, political measure, like there was never such thing as a political marriage. You know, all nobility, and after all, altered the course of history in ways no one could have ever imagined. It was too long to believe the partners of different clans could not have children. Or it was long believed partners of different clans could not have children together. But then it happened. A child that shared the blood of Hobo and Bonwa both, the two-headed Momolja. Tremendous physical strength and magical prowess. Mighty warrior, even for arising as the first Orthrok, ruler of all three clans. Such qualities dispose anyone to leadership, character notwithstanding. Not always, depends. Orthroks, the newly united Momolja, became a force to be feared. The war soon came to a head. I think you best see the first results firsthand, lest you visit another battlefield from that time. I shall continue the tale. So these are just disused. People abandoned the village and never came back. And this place hasn't really recovered since the actual war then. Poor soils take forever, ages for plants to grow in. Zorbit Cinderfield. What's happened here? Fire. By the 12. Yes, of course, the 12. Starting to regrow.
This is where most battles were fought between the Shabral and Mamulja. The Shobrit Cinderfield.
A field of cinders, indeed. How fierce their clashes must have been.
The war over these lands began after the Yoqui's departure some 500 years ago.
Power vacuum.
And for 4 centuries thereafter, the two enemies repaid violence with violence. A constant stream of minor skirmishes, punctuated by massive slaughter.
Until Father ended their endless conflict 80 years ago.
Accompanied by a retinue of only 6, the Dawn Servant opposed both armies and brought the fighting to a standstill.
First they sealed Valley Armanda at full strength, and now this.
It was during this armistice that both sides gathered for negotiations at the Dawn Servant's behest.
I'll do that. I was going to kick both their tails. Cheat mode engaged. Get to have a moment back then. Giant Shohoi, bunch of Mamulja, bunch of Rothgar.
For too long, you have been bound by your ancestors' violent legacy. It is past time you broke free of it.
Tell that to the Scale Scum! We fight to protect what is rightfully ours. If not for their greed, we'd be living in peace.
Puff your tails and scurry off, then! Cowards like you ill deserve the bounty of this forest.
Okay, at least he's not making a point about throwing it back in their faces.
Even should one of you succeed in vanquishing the other, your triumph will last only until a new invader arrives. Tell me, do you know of the vast continent that lies far to the east, where numerous nations vie for dominance?
I wouldn't say dominance, but basically posed.
You do not. And why should you? Affairs beyond the salt we have no intention to cross are of no consequence to us.
So in other words, we'll just throw up Eorzea and Garlemald as big old threats this side of the thing. Yeah.
Not until those affairs come to Tural, like our honored visitor here.
Hey, the Leminson guy coming in.
He's from across the ocean.
Have you seen a Hrothgar here at all?
I've been to the ocean before, and it's nothing but water farther than the eye can see. What sort of vessel could possibly reach its end?
That such technology exists is indisputable, as is foreign powers' awareness of Tural. If any such country were to develop a taste for Turali soil and bring to bear the might of innovations we can only imagine, what do you suppose happens then?
Who knew? Yeah, they really are posing us as a existential threat.
You do not know the warlords of the East, but you know that if they came, they would not settle for a single forest.
Well, no, we didn't come that way, but hey, Garlemald would keep going.
Joining hands, we might create a unified front, an alliance capable of repelling them or any other foe.
It's a grand luminary.
There is no greater proof of these than my companions and I. Alone we are weak, but together
one of each of
we
the
triumph over
plus
Valigarmanda.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Yeah, see, 8 men we can do the raids properly.
What? You defeated the Sky Ruin? I'd take you for a liar if the sting of our own defeat wasn't still fresh.
Their coordination was indeed impressive. How the Pelu stymied our efforts to cripple the Yokui's legs and defend our ballistas. And when we withdrew to strike again from a distance, the Hanu called the winds to make our arrows miss their marks. In seeking to exploit their weaknesses, we only subjected ourselves to their strengths.
Hey, pretty cool.
Those strengths are born of cooperation. The guiding principle of the nation we envision.
But our feud has lasted for centuries. How do you expect us to join hands now?
Ha ha! Give us an evening to convince you.
An evening to convince you.
And so began that legendary banquet. One would not expect sworn enemies to abruptly drink to each other's health, and, indeed, a tense silence hung over the venue.
They're not mixing too well, are they?
But then, the Dawn servant called for the exchange of traditional cuisine. So it was that the Mamulja partook of spiced meat, and the Chebral steamed najul. Before long, delight manifested upon the faces of those present, each side impressed by the other's dish. Seeing this, the Dawn servant laughed and declared once more. "Their flavors," he said, would be even better combined, and he proceeded to help them prepare the new creation.
Spiced meat with steamed banana.
That's Shibruk Pibil, I'd wager.
It is a marriage of Shabral and Mamulja cultures, and proof of their newfound cooperation. The Dawn Servant had asked for a single evening, but the feasting is said to have lasted 3 days and 3 nights. So delicious was their repast. In the end, a peace accord was reached, and the Dawn Servant's words at that time still illuminate our way forward.
Ignorance begets a strife.
True.
Understanding begets fellowship.
Sorry. It's just to think that he ended an age-old conflict with food. It's all so absurd. It's somehow so very papa, I couldn't help but laugh.
Ignorance begets strife. Understanding begets fellowship.
Yes.
Now then, I trust you understand the significance of Shibruk Pibil and the history it has written.
Absolutely. Thank you for sharing the story with us. What's wrong?
We're being watched from behind a stump by some guy who doesn't want to show himself.
Someone was there, you say?
Perhaps our competition is cooking up some scheme or another.
Something bitter and half-baked, no doubt.
Don't think so, but maybe. Billy did live up to his words, traveled the land, learned about our people's myriad cultures, and we're doing the same now. Yes. Aha. That's random item. Bananas are still weighing heavily on Kona's mind. Oh, great bananas do. Valuable insight into the orange is this. No nest closer than a Julie's, however. Marinated, some of the monument of some instance. Indeed it was. Allow me to show you. Ballistas. They didn't even bother to pack it up. Still got the war levels right here. Grave. Here it is. Offered up by with actions, these weapons symbolize their vow. They would never raise arms against each other. Demands a journey through history, only logical. A monument like this might steer us true. There's the heart of an insignificant battlefield. Yeah, search the area for clues. I've been more pointing out, my dude, if this is where they fought, then obviously there's a soil's been recently overturned. Someone's got the shovel out. Ooh, someone buried a box. I would have been satisfied with only a hint, but here they are. Fresh nodule leaves. Rook's doing, I'd wager. Some poetry and hiding them in this battlefield, given it was essential to the war they helped end. They planned this from the start. So chances are that cave's not so much caved in then. A convenient lie? My honor to rend assistance. Yes. With apologies to present company, allow me to offer encouragement. Well, third promise. Ever since I witnessed your performance in the feat of reeds, I am certain you are the claimant most worthy of leading our nation. All divide solutions of Hanu's alien crops, but you're the one salt to know their culture and revive Ilihana, even if it seemed unrelated to your task. My humble opinion, no one who cares more for the people of Tuliola and what they hold dear. Should you again require the historical musings of an old shipwright, I am ever at your service. Now, I take my leave. Kona's had a think. I cannot argue with that. There's a moment for him. We have what we need. Let us return to Express. These words are going to completely... I can see everyone trying to read these words. They're just like constantly just the whole way. I almost swear whoever came up with the country, all these names, was like, let's just like really just mash the keyboard and see what we come up with. Holy moly, that one's deep. At least one does not have to worry about getting water. Before I bail out of this region, 251 to north. I figured there would be one fairly close by. Rex Pulsey. They're not too far away from where the main quest drags you, or where other quests may lie. $61. It should be up. There it is. I was gonna say it should be visible. $634 to the west. Killer piranhas. Damn you ancients, who the... Like, we decided to take this thing that was in the rivers and make it fly. Why? Because we wanted it to. That's why I stopped reading, pretty much. So, that's close enough to what the name is. I get worried we're gonna have to basically start sounding like the Tasmanian devil. Yeah. $421 to the south. Oh. Right. Blue Forest. Could be over on that spot. Somehow I don't think so, though. Oh, it's you. The sugar gliders. Do. 391 northwest, somewhere up here. Though the music is reminiscent of the Great Forest from the first. Sort of voices and low beats. I figured, well, water would be a thing you guys were doing. Hello! We're all back. Nobody else to have a real chat with. So this has got to be... They're still here, so this has got to be a long cutscene section. So I'm vanished. Yeah. Please wait to your destination. If you're queued for anything else... How did everyone fare? You got the leaves, the jewel leaves. Wokim Fu came along and helped us find them. If Fu was here, I would like to have said hello. Yes, and he gave us an important history lesson, which we will now convey to you in this quick cut. We can't afford to pay the voice actors to reenact the same scene again. Not an end to centuries of war. Very slow surprised me, but to achieve that through cuisine is something else entirely. The men find the oddest solutions, but how about the rest of you? Is our kitchen ready? Order, Uriange made another tour of the village and borrowed cooking utensils we need, with no mention of what we needed them for, of course. I'm pleased to report we are stocked with the finest firewood this force had on offer. Broken like a true expert. Found our Ibrook, so we should have meat plenty. Spirited creature, so much so its hunter fell down a sinnoh trying to catch it. What part of never speak of this to anyone did you not understand? Yes, especially in front of the warrior of light. Pick a good portion of the local herbs, particular attention to the seeds that yield. Told resident element to find the appropriate measures for the seasoning as well. Further inquiry to determine the ideal balance of spices. With his lack of, with the way he speaks, I'm surprised he didn't confuse them all into basically accidentally giving up the recipe. All remains of her tradition. He's one of us versed in culinary arts. But I've cooked for myself, you can leave the rest to me. And you, I hope, as I recall, you're an accomplished culinarian. Mm-hmm. Ooh, my mouth is watering already. Now, what would be really cool is they just give you this as a recipe thereafter. Probably is in the culinary cookbook, but I haven't got it up that high yet. Without further delay, then. Yes, save the world by cooking.
Oh, it smells so good.
Good, there is still time. I shall prepare our sample at once.
At first, I wasn't sure about being stuck with the one head. But better that than playing nanny to the mewling house cat.
Be quiet, Bakul Jaja. No one cares what you think.
Act tough all you like. Victory will be ours.
All right, this will be fun.
It's ready.
Steamed hot meat. Ooh. Heavy done, heavy slice.
Apologies for the wait. We submit to you our Shibruk Pibil.
Soft tacos.
This looks amazing!
Important factor,
The dish is prepared by using the culinary techniques of the Mamulja to cook the spiced meats favored by the Jabral. It is a symbol of peace between their two peoples after centuries of war.
Mm-hmm.
Both the ingredients and your methods appear to have been correct. Now,
The important one. Taste. God damn, it's a small taco. Lalafell taco making tacos for big people. Mini tacos.
in taste, texture, and aroma, you have recreated Shibruk Pibil admirably. Granted, anyone might well achieve similar results by following the recipe to the letter. But you went a step further. You sought to learn the cultural significance of the dish, about Yoktel's history of violence and your father's role in ending it.
Mm-hmm.
Your willingness to take lessons from the past befits aspiring Dawn servants. And for that, I commend you.
Mm-hmm. We were well working. What the heck did you guys present?
All that remains is to partake of your creation. True understanding is gained only through experience.
All right, everyone pig out.
Now this is something I'm definitely good at.
Ahem. I believe we have yet to receive our assessment. Ours is also a faithful example of Shibruk Pibil, as you will no doubt agree.
I see. While your effort looks the part, unlike the second and third promises dish, it lacks its defining aroma.
Oh no, doesn't taste.
Preposterous! The meat was marinated in spice before being steamed in an earthen oven. This is Shibruk Pibil.
Oh? And what about the Jatika banana leaf?
It's because of you that we couldn't get any damn leaves! You can't fault us!
But the second and third promises had no such difficulty, did they? That which they needed, they acquired simply by showing interest in our history and heritage.
Ugh, it's just some crusty old leaf. What difference could it make?
Oh no. Well?
Your dish lacks an essential ingredient. As you have failed to demonstrate an adequate understanding of Shibruk Pibil, I must deem your performance unsatisfactory. Your team will not receive keystones.
Oh no.
This was stupid anyway.
Now let's see how you respond.
ambition only grows more intense. That someone could harbor such dark thoughts towards family.
What do I care for this sham of a feat? I can always take what I need later.
Meanwhile, she's just eating.
This is delicious! The brook is so tender it melts in your mouth, and the way the Najuli rounds out these spices is sublime.
Happy cat.
This is the taste of harmony. Someone who only knows brute force and deception could never appreciate it.
Ooh.
Choke on your harmony.
Come, come. Finish your meal. That too is part of the feat.
You don't have to tell me twice. Ah, that was bliss. You've got real culinary talent. If you ever tire of adventuring, you can always be my personal chef.
Or the guys at the Bismarck, or a bunch of other places that have had me ask for it.
It was palatable enough, I suppose.
For the critic.
To you, who have successfully performed the feat of repast.
Yellowstone.
Only 1 feet left.
Stripey.
Well, I should get going then. I'm glad that I wasn't paired with one of the others.
We can do better than that, surely.
He will come around eventually. But I suspect the way he's learning things, it ain't going to be very quick.
The 6th keystone is ours. Thanks for all your help, everyone. I forgot something important.
Uh-oh.
Was there any shipwreck people left? I could really use another helping.
You don't sort of shout out that sort of level and then not to point out. Well. First keystone is a crucial victory indeed. And you start considering how to reclaim the keystone from Bakdul Jaja. Relieved our dish was well received. So good. Looking forward to having Bibil again. Here, Trial made more using leftover ingredients. You'll love it. I'm thinking to buy more on the road myself. Now the feed of repastas, other villages should be free to offer it to us, right? It's a tabletop thing. Okay. Direct hit bonus, vitality, gear durability, experience bonus. We're gonna put that one in the house. Ooh, new wares are available from the merchant. We shall have to go investigate that before we tear out of here. Feet of Brotherhood, here we come. the shoes. Main parts are being awarded by the main quest, the alternate bits by the alternate side quests. Objective of the right. Travel to Mamuk and undertake the feat of Brotherhood without delay. Possible, the Tirve Interus, which connects upper and lower forests, is still impassable. Is there no other route? Not. Work to clear a path is underway, so I'm hopeful we'll be able to resume our journey soon. Each of us use our time as we see fit. Well, in that case, village surrounds. If Aaronville would oblige me a tour. I have no other engagements. Oh. I'm with you. Only if to prove I am capable of keeping my footing. Though I shouldn't rejoice in our delay, it does afford me an opportunity to look for my grandfather's purported visit to Yaktarel. Right? Mabalu did say something about a foreign mage coming through decades back, didn't she? I'll come with you. Want to join us? Ah, why not? I'll find out about Galuf. Reconvene here after our appropriate diversions. And the shop. While the merchant met my grandfather market some Yaktel 20 years ago. My neighbor must be at least middle-aged. Let's make our inquiries then. Okay. How does one age yes, how does one judge the age of a Hrothgar then? First, search for some villagers of middle age. Oops, I made a wrong turn here. This way is the local merchant. Do you sell? Let's have a look. 92. Right, so you're still selling the stuff that's no this, but that's the 92 stuff you're selling. Ooh, actually, see, some pants on, my dude. Griffin type creature on the shield. A few scratches in the enameling, but that's quite nice. That's actually a decent shield. Oh wait, it's actually red and black. I will have to probably make myself one of those to add to my glamour pile. Also, oh no, you're still selling the 91. Okay, nothing fancy pants there. Other items are on the list. 5,000. What do I want to look for? This will be made somewhere in Culinarian. Good to know. Right. Questions, be glad to answer them. Oh, fine. Come here yourself. Need to search for bricks. You're looking for the red amongst the green. Fresh coat of paint to a building. Fair to this. Fair enough. The Bracks who rule over the forest, fitting title for those who look after the woods and its creations. Indeed it does. Ah, someone instructing people on weaving. Weaving's been passed down for this. Honored to be tasked teaching it to today's younglings. Yes. Wook Dixon. Dixon? Peaceful 80 years ago. He's borne many terrible scars. Yeah. An interesting way to do a roof. Rope crossing over top. Ah, the grizzled villager. Oh, someone here knows something. Born mage 20 years ago? Yes, I remember him. He had visitors from across the salt, let alone those traveling with infants. A baby girl, as I recall. Saw him passing in mind. Anyone were to know more, I'd make a no rook. He was already Rax then. Baby girl couldn't have been. So, unknowingly, Kryl, this might not have been your first trip to Taral. Maybe the very lead I'm looking for. Yes, let's hear what goes on here. Okay, do you require assistance? Foreign mage passed through Ipix Brex roughly 20 years ago, possibly carrying a young child. Do you remember him? That earring should basically set it off. Why'd you ask me this? Who is this man to you? He may have been my grandfather. I wish to know what brought him here. Grandfather? Not by blood, but he is family nonetheless. Born mage this, Master Galuf. That's it. I don't know why we zoomed in on her face. More than that, I cannot say. Why not? I simply cannot. I beg your forgiveness and understanding. I will not press. Thank you for confirming his presence here. The rest I will discover myself. Out of more general curiosity, I have another question. They say the Hyok once dwelled in these forests. Where exactly was that? General curiosity indeed. But yes, they withdrew to Urapachu some 5 centuries ago. The Hyok claimed Yaktarel as their own. Many directions found in the lower forces, the Jatika heartland. Guess we're going there. This. And that's where they must have had the visions. Thank you. Your answers and much, much more. I understand what it means to long for one's family. So believe me when I say, though my position forbids me from aiding you further, I wish you nothing but success. By helping the third promise find the Golden City, you'll surely find the answers to your questions. Speaking of which, I have a query of my own for you. May I request a moment of your company? Yes? We'll wait for you. Now, what are you going to tell me that I can't tell her? Thank you for blood. First, let's head to the cenote behind this village. Or the center of this village. Somewhere in this village. A well. Right. Oops. But first, I need to find the Golden City. Well, if that was my intent from the first, I'll do everything in my power to make it happen. You better believe it. Oh, it is really behind this village. Was it the one that Alizé fell into? Those shocks to good use. Thank you, Freya. See you off without saying anything, but Mrs. Carl Lee has softened my resolve. Latest community, I'm gladdened to see that Third promises to surround herself with such compassionate, trustworthy companions. Tell me of her journey thus far. Why am I getting a distinct couple of points here? Great source of learning and growth for Wooklamat. It has been. Does me well to hear that. You know who her parents were. My daughter would be about her age. Girls are rarely born amongst the Ziprak. When she arrived, the village was elated. I held her. And the pain when I found her at the bottom of a cenote. 3 years old. An accident, it was said, but I knew better. He had been pushed. Never caught them. A suspicious figure was seen flit toward the Jakatik heartland, towards Mamuk. Once bitter in, the Mamulja and the Zabra learned to live in peace. Those who could doubt that's the intent of an irresponsible hack by targeting a child who one day lead her people. Criminal sought to undermine the future of Zabral. Yet I determined not to let them succeed. He is her father. I remember my daughter died in that cenote and gave her to the care of the one person I knew who could protect her. Dawn servant Guljaja. Yeah. Though she was waited to lead the Zabra, fate had a greater plan for Wooklamat. Dawn servant and I know the truth. Now I must take you into my confidence for one reason. The villain who attempted to murder my daughter was indeed of Mamuk, and then the rancor towards Zabrak still burns. Caught off guard, I will not suffer the same tragedy again. Not as Dawn servant, but as a father to watch over the third promise. Didn't have to ask that one, but defend her from her enemies that may be lurking in shadow. Will you do this for me? Of course. You'd already promised to do it in the beginning. Trust me not as the ruler of Turoi, but as a concerned father. This conversation must be aiming to pray, breathe, not a word of it to anyone. Not until you and Guljaja speak of it first. Or that bastard who's actually got 100 stealth skill actually passes the sneak check. Go there. This rendered me emotional. Require a moment to compose myself. Do not keep the third promise waiting. Now, we have a duty. Yes, we do. Reach for the quick save key. All right. Several cutscenes will play in sequence. Set aside, view the scenes in entirety. 94, 663. That's interesting. I mean, what's this level of stuff? 663. That you would have a full set of this stuff by now? No, you wouldn't. But assuming you basically just ground through it later, for people coming in later, it'll be a case of this. You're back. What did he want? Just shh. It's alright, you don't have to say. More importantly, it still isn't clear. Something about even more rocks. Opportunity to rest. All that cooking and preparing has worn me out. Somebody's in the bushes. The nap does sound tempting. A moment, promise. Bakchul Jazz, what do you want? Know that it would be most unwise. And why is that? Sure, your salt friend has an idea. What do you think? All right. House cat, don't come. Follow me, promise. I'm going with you, and if this guy goes nuts, he's getting a foot up his butt. I've got size 13, so they stay kicked.
What is the meaning of this? And just how far do you plan on taking us? Oh, Morok! Bakuljaja, you snake! If you want my keystone so badly, you'll deal with me and me alone. Leave the Elector out of this.
Is that all you think he is? Foolish kitty! This man is the reason we are here. Take a good look at him. Go on, look. Surely you recognize your real father.
Don't believe us? Then ask your trusted Sellsworth. He had it straight from the old man's mouth.
Is it true? Is Humoruk my... Your silence says it all.
Now that you understand the situation, let's see those keystones. I'll even let you fight for them. Just you and me. If that adventurer attempts to interfere...
Ah, wussy wussy wimp wimp.
I'll kill the old man myself!
I don't see why our porting of our gear involved if you're not going to let us actually do the scrappy fighty bit.
You despicable, heartless fiend! Kinsman or no, I won't stand for you taking hostages! Come on then! You wanna fight? I'll give you a fight!
Oh, such heroic caterwauling, promise. I'm shaking. Guard our hostage well. We wouldn't want to attempt any thoughts of rescue. By the by, house cat, they've been instructed to put down Papa dearest when you lose. Hopefully he settled his affairs.
Do not lose your cool.
Don't worry. I'm not losing to the likes of him.
I was gonna say, how's he gonna notify his friends? He doesn't have a link
Well,
pearl.
what are you waiting for, you blessed bastards? It's 2 against 1. Don't tell me you're scared.
I know I didn't hear you right.
Well, you have 4 sets of ears to clean out then, don't you? Don't worry, the scary Avenger won't try anything funny. Cowards won't stand a chance. Nah.
You think this weakling could hurt me? I'll kill you, kill you, kill you all!
Oh, he doesn't take much to push the buttons on, does he?
Don't look away, son. I want you to watch as I tear your beloved promise to
Hey, eyes on me. The house cat, remember?
This cat's got claws and she's gonna use them.
I'll say it again. I'm not losing to the likes of you. I'm going to become Dawn's servant, and I will protect my people!
With this battle, you will play as Wooklamat. Gain resolve, she needs to... Powerful limit breaks. Take damage to recover hit points. Use them early and often to emerge victorious. Hey, quick key pushes. Let's have a look what we got. Okay, like all duties, they're not going to launch right away. It's only one key point. Okay. Pet hotbar. What? Let's filled up my pet hotbar with the exact same things. Okay. 220, 320, 420. Combo bonus restores hit points, cure potency, blah blah blah. Judgment. 1, 2, 3. Combo will restart. This one hits harder than this one. Why would I want to go to Judgment combo? Pulse increases maximum this. Alright, so this range attack with this increases enmity. Cool. I don't know what that is. Potence rushes the target. 3 charges. Alright, Arjul and Jaja, let's try this.
come, you mangy house cat, so I can rip you to pieces. You're mine. Try this. I'll cut you to shreds!
Why do I suspect that works exactly? Yep. Haven't seen that one since Zardon.
My magic should be more than enough for Miss Mittens.
I'll make you eat dirt!
Yeah, that was a knockback. Unexpected.
No more tricks, Bakul Chaja. We're settling this here and now.
Yeah, I know. I got kicked into the back, so we'll have to do that. Love that. Oh, here we go. Do it again. Normal, of course. Easy, very easy. Cutscene. Cutscene. Okay.
Come, you mangy house cat, so I can rip you to pieces. I'll cut you to shreds!
My magic should be more than enough for Miss Middens.
I'll make you eat dirt!
No more tricks, Bakul Chaja. We're settling this here and now.
Still playing the part of the brave warrior?
Okay.
Miss Middens is no longer amusing me, brother.
This rite has taught me so much.
Okay. So if you touch a button off
about my
that
nation,
sucks.
my people, and myself.
The frick are the green ones? Oh, donuts. Flips.
Can't keep up.
I was expecting the knockback. Didn't happen.
How do you like this? Here, kitty, 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 kitty.
Good guess.
Understand what it means to live in peace. To greet each day in safety and happiness.
Irritating pest!
It's time we finished her, brother. This is the end for you, kitten.
I don't think so.
Know your place.
Damn, I got that bleed effect. That is a painful effect.
Not enough to claim the title of Dawn's servant. I must carry on Papa's legacy, his love for our people.
Flea-ridden upstart! Why won't you die?
Bit of dynamis, my friend, a bit of dynamis.
Fine. I'll show you the true power of the Blessed.
Active. Oh god, you got 15 seconds to get out of this? Yeah, you're not gonna fail that one.
I will be the next Dawn servant, and I'll protect my people's happiness to the last. That's right, there's no way I'll ever lose to the light of you!
What? But that was everything I had!
Now keep talking.
I can't stand it anymore! Attack! This is our fight! Stay out of it! You bring shame upon us.
You think we care about your stupid pride? This is for Mamuk! We cannot lose!
Oh-ho! The great Bakul Jaja needs help, I see. Send your whole army. You still won't win.
Oh.
I will prove that my allies are right to believe in me.
Such confidence! What changed? She wasn't like this before!
So, the first knockback caught me off guard, but after that I was okay. Like, what's this arrow thing? Bonk. It's a knockback. Gotcha. This doesn't belong to you. Mm-hmm.
I reclaim what you stole.
No. How can this be?
When you have something to fight for, there's a strength that is there.
How could that puny house cat beat all of us?
You've caused nothing but trouble with your dirty tricks. Threatening the Hanuhanu, releasing Valyarmanda, harassing me is one thing, but you've endangered too many innocents. No more, Bakul Jaja. I will not stand for it. If you even think of tormenting my people again, you will answer to me.
No. No.
And he goes and forgets he had the way blocked.
What? That was his doing?
The only part left in the saga is the Lay of the Brotherhood in Mamuk.
Cool.
The plan was to force you here so we could take the rest of your keystones.
So that's what he was up to. But, should you be telling us this?
What does it matter? You've beaten us. It's over. We'll release the hostage.
Well, at least he's honorable. You put him behind the tree over here. Something definitely wrong with him.
I'm sorry. I was careless.
It's all right.
All right. So what Bakul Jaja said about you and me.
Oops.
It has been my honor to bear witness to your journey. Promise.
Whoops! We clicked and it went over. Hate that.
Promise. Yes. That's what I am.
A promise.
I'm Gulul Jaja's daughter, and Tuli Hyolal's next dawn servant. Come on. Let's rejoin the others.
I'll go back to the logs and find out what the line was that was missed by my own goofable hand there. It's a terrible thing. I do it often. Not on intent. But what was that whole thing with the broken pots, I wonder? Uh-huh. Right, so what Buck Julja said about me, about you and me, Rook is but to single-handedly defeat Buck Julja, you truly are the Dawn Servant's daughter. Been honored to witness to your journey, promise, and that's where we continue. Basically, he was, acknowledging yes and no at the same time. Whether it is our promised look, she's positively glowing. What in the world happened? Or was educational and say, persuade him to conduct another of the lower forests. There's a certain satisfied air about you. Wasn't that, I promise you, Alize. Whatever dirty thoughts you've got in your head. Move myself, stand it, and even when I'm alone. Need it? Yeah, absolutely. Any missed dialogue is always under the event button. Earlier in the second Promises camp.
The passage to Mamuk remains blocked. For now, all we can do is try to rest and recover.
Growl.
Perhaps with a meal, as my sister would no doubt suggest. Shall we borrow the kitchens and prepare some Shibruk Bibil?
So the recipe did suit you.
So thou hast taken a liking to the dish. As we learn to appreciate the unfamiliar, 'tis only natural that we develop new affinities. There is no shame in this.
Well put, Urianger.
but there is in ignorance. I had barely considered what the people of Tuli Yolal hold dear. What hopes they harbor for the future. Our nation is built upon the bonds that Father forged during his journey across Tural.
Yes.
But so single-minded have I been in my advocacy of foreign innovations that I failed to understand my own people. Could someone who struggles to connect with the populace ever make a worthy Dawn servant?
Self-doubt.
To understand and connect with people is by no means easy. But there is something you can do to pave the way. Let them see you for who you really are. What makes you laugh and cry and rage. That sort of honesty is the first step towards mutual understanding and connection.
Understanding begets fellowship, as my father said. And yet, what you suggest does not come naturally to me.
His early piece of being a market kid guards himself well.
I, too, have found it difficult to speak from the heart. In thy struggles, I see mine own, painful in their familiarity. Yet frightening though it may feel, if we are to move forward, we must indeed take that first step. Dispense with pretense, and simply be.
Holy crap. I gave Urianger the absolute deep wines to deliver this time.
Do you remember when you first approached us, and we asked you why you wanted to become Dawn Servant? You said you wished to use the knowledge you acquired in Sharlayan for your country, and in doing so repay your father for the opportunities he afforded you. What won me over was not your ambition, but your motivation. So let your people know this, and in time, they'll come to support you as we do. You can't hide behind that stoicism forever.
Very well then. I will make a greater effort to be myself. By not being my usual self so much.
Alrighty, next questy point on. What's the state of the Traverse? Still being cleared, I'd assume. Would notify us as soon as the work had been done. Good time to consider how we might reclaim Wilkamat's stolen keystone. Next feat will be our last after all. Already got it back. Shocks. Nothing beats a Lalafell shock. It's like, what? When? Not to mention how. This is Bakdul Jaja we're talking about. Taught him a lesson and took my keystone back. In single combat. Bravo. I say, I had good friends to encourage and cheer me on. Excavators have contacted me. News of their success. The Traverse is now safe to travel. Wonderful. Make for Mamuk. Isn't that Book Jaja's home? We can only hope the residents don't share his winning personality. Where Keterim first met the Dawn Service, surely some civility awaits us. I would not be so certain. Received Keterim and Mamuk was instrumental in establishing friendly relations between the two groups, Mamulja. Most Mamulja supported his peace. Who supported his peace have left the city in favor for abiding in the capital. Oh. What remains is a cloister of Mamuk. While these traditionalists do not take up arms against us, neither do us bear great love for outsiders. Great. They became insular. Whatever they're like, the people of Mamuk are Tuliola. If I'm to be Dawnser, my job to know them first of all. Well, we'll be on our way. I'm glad we could learn about where I came from and eat so much. Yeah, besides. I don't know. Until next time, take care. Across the cinder field, due southeast. All right. Before we tear arse. You have grown indeed. I wonder who he's referring to there. Wooklamat or Kryle? Here's a question that's going to burn your noggins. But that brings us to the end of what we're needing to do. I know, we have a blue quest in 2, don't we? Yes, where's the Aetheryte? There it is. Going a little late tonight, but that's okay. So, we're going to call our end point here. Yes. So no further? No further. So, once again, we're going to run away for another day. We'll have to continue on into the Cinderfields tomorrow. Yahoo! Go see where the Mamulja basically all come from. See if the silver sword, were they? Those bandits that were in up by Camp Bronze Lake are happy enough to see the guy who's kicked their tail umpteenth times has come over the sea. That's why they kind of, our efforts as Warriors of Light have all basically given them the reason to return back home. Oh, there's a cough. It's a laugh because of the wrong things in the wrong places. So that'll of course kick off at 7:30 Mountain Standard, 6:30 Pacific, 9:30 Eastern tomorrow. If you're interested to go along further on the Dawntrail, hey, join me then. Coming up Friday, Saturday, we've got more Starfield. We'll basically explore out there in space. See what Bethesda's got all out there for us. So far it's been a bit of a fun thing for me, but then again, I'm a bit weird. Most people say it's a bit dull. I've yet to see that, but then again, it is only fresh and it's only a few hours in. So we'll have to see how we go. So, thank everyone watching and say thank you muchly, but we'll have to run away. You're up for the VODs of Vis's replays or catch it on the YouTube afterwards. Till this, that, always, I'll have to catch you later. Till then, bye!